I need to be alone for a time. I'll meet up with you in the camp.
Can't afford to wait for Arundel. Not in his condition. The Deadwalkers will be scouring the city to find out who killed their Lich. We gotta get back to the camp, fast.
Dost thou feel the power of the World Heart flowing through us since thou didst absorb the Lich?
I feel a little stronger, but it isn't enough.
It is far from over. This power comes straight from the Necromancers, who sucked it from the World Heart. We must starve them.
You have evolved, my dear. You have become quite sublime. We need to have a little word in private.
What do you want?
Quite simply an exchange of experiences from one superior entity to another.
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
You are using a human body as a host, just as I am, though the condition of mine is somewhat worse. What is your degree of control? Your feeling? What have you tried? Do you still feel the need to satisfy your human's desires?
It's more like coexistence. Vulcan is still most present. I have need of its human experience. Some aspects of this flesh existence are still strange to me. I understand not why we tarry here, giving help to this one or that one, when we know that we must go to the World Heart.
You see, humans, when you get down to it, are rather like ants. They have to scurry around all the time to feel alive, to give themselves a sense of purpose, and they live in groups, of course. If one combines these facts, one can see that they actually need to rush about here and there, helping one another. Despite the fact, of course, that those they are helping are about as important, from an overall perspective, as the ants that we spoke of initially.
Talk to you later.
A Deadwalker. Guards! Guards!
Take it easy, calm down. He's with me, and he isn't dangerous.
But it is a Deadwalker.
Don't get him started on that, please. Yes, he's a kind of zombie, immortal thing. But he's not part of the Deadwalker army.
Fear not, my young friend. I don't eat elves. They play havoc with my digestion. So you're not at any risk from me,
I'd like you to go and talk to the Red Scribes about what you know. You over there, get off your ass and escort our friend here to the Red Scribes.
If that is what you wish, I hope to see you later.
Mercenary, can you give me a hand again? You've been invaluable up to now. There was a library in the city. Could you take a look to see if there are any books left on the object you brought back for me from the temple?
Can you be more specific? I can't go looking through all the books on the shelf on the off chance I get lucky and find the exact info you need.
Maybe I could go with you. I've always dreamed of looking through all the books of the renowned Carol Pass library.
Well, let me see. Going into the city isn't really something you do for your health, you know. I can't take the risk. We have to find another solution.
Your transformation seems to be speeding up. You should be careful. I'm afraid that you won't be able to recover the humanity that you have lost.
Listen, it's really nice of you to worry about me, but personally, I never felt better. What can you tell me about Mathras?
He is a most unusual being. Do you realize he has been alive for over 6,000 years?
Do you ever get the feeling that he's just talking bullshit?
Even though at first sight, such a long existence sounds impossible, he has knowledge of history that makes it very difficult for us to doubt his word. And his appearance speaks for itself, if I may be so bold.
It's true that he does look a bit ripe.
As far as I understand it, he regularly changes his bodies. As soon as the one he's taken starts wearing out, he procures a new frame? What is really fascinating is that he is the kind of undead that was previously unheard of. We had no idea there was a being able to transfer their soul from one body to another in order to keep living. Remember that his knowledge could very well turn our vision of mortality upside down. And of course he might provide unhoped-for help against the lords of the frozen shadows.
What did I tell you? Once they've recovered from the shock of my somewhat shriveled appearance, everybody thinks I'm highly useful.
I gotta admit, you were a big help in the city. If you don't have anything better to do, I'd like it if you joined me. I hope the shock, as you put it, of my other companions won't last too long.
From my point of view, it will only last for a heartbeat, as long as mine keeps beating for other eyes than yours. And you already know how delighted I am to follow you.
Let's talk about something else. You got a moment? I wanted to ask you a few things. Who is this Black Frost?
Don't tell me that you don't know the name.
Don't take me for an idiot. I know what he is, but that doesn't really help much, does it?
He's one of the seven. He's known for his craftiness, his guile. He prefers using magic rather than his armies. In the past, he used to be more discreet. But for 2 years now, he's been leading the Deadwalkers' assaults, and is regularly seen in the front lines.
What changed?
I don't know. The Ice Lords Alliance is a delicate balance. It is possible that this is the result of an internal power struggle. He has certain abilities that make him fit for the role. Black Frost is without a doubt very effective. Just look at the destruction around us.
Let's change the subject. See you later.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
I gotta go.
They attacked the wrong person. How dare they condemn our king to such a macabre fate? My father. It's time for us to repay the Deadwalkers in kind. I want to see them destroyed, so not a single one of those dead ever dare set foot in our streets again. We're going to launch a massive assault to take back our city. It is time to turn the tide of this war. Vulcan, we will need you and your extraordinary abilities. We have to send a small group to open the city gates. I'm counting on you. I know that you can be stealthy and incredibly effective. A few soldiers will be going with you. This is our best chance. Black Frost doesn't seem to be here anymore, and most of his forces went with him.
This prince is a stupid dreamer, but a useful one. If he attacks, he will draw the Necromancer's eye, clearing the way for us.
All right. Count me in on this mission, but nothing more. I don't intend to take part in the fighting to retake the city, but your last stand coincides with my objectives. Black Frost should find your army fascinating. He'll send a large part of his troops against you, and he might even show up in person. And as it appears that his realm is one of the paths to the World Heart, that'll clear the way for me.
I would have preferred more assistance, but that'll have to do. This will be a magnificent battle.
If you say so.
Thou knowest that Black Frost's palace will take us to the World Heart, yet still thou doth waste thy time in vain battles. Thy stupidity knows no bounds.
The knight would like to talk to his friend about an ancient ritual. For it is said that wisdom and strength often reveal themselves through the mists of time.
A ritual? Considering what happened to me the last time I was at one of those, I probably should listen to you. So, what's it about?
Where the knight comes from, the bravest warriors are permitted to take part in a dangerous but powerful rite. They must search for special ingredients to make a potion for themselves that they then drink. Only the very strong survive. But if they live, they gain the experience and skills of many warriors long dead, and thus each of their blows becomes more deadly.
And you did this? This potion?
Yes, the knight accomplished this ritual many years ago. And he carries within him the wisdom of all the great warriors of Alkander. It made him much stronger, and he is sure that if an exceptional warrior was to go through this same ritual, the effects would be many times more powerful.
Uh-huh. So, it looks like I'm going off looking for outlandish ingredients again. But hey, if it's for a good cause.
The knight has prepared a list. His friend must now search for all the ingredients written on it.
I'm on it.
Vulcan, come here. I need to talk to you about something. While you were in the city, the Deadwalkers apparently began stirring. Several scouts have disappeared without a trace. They can't just have been ambushed by chance. Someone must have given their roots to our enemies. I'm afraid we have a traitor among us. Though if that's the case, I don't understand why we haven't been attacked by the Deadwalkers yet. What's really troubling is that these disappearances pretty much correspond to your arrival here, which means that your living dead friend is the prime suspect. Even if it's just as possible that it's one of the Red Scribes, or even one of your people.
And why can't it be one of your people?
Why would he do that? And above all, why would he wait until now to betray us?
Who knows what goes on in a traitor's head? Maybe he thought that everything was played out, and my presence here made him change his mind. After all, until we got here, you weren't doing much. But since I've been here, we've started to move, and the outcome of the combat has become less certain.
You're extremely presumptuous. If what you say is true, this traitor actually waited to see if you were really capable of reversing the situation. Fine, for the sake of argument. Will you help us carry out this investigation? Yes or no?
I'll see what I can do. And if it turns out that the traitor is one of your people, you'd better do what you have to.
Oh my, you don't look so good. Something jamming up your pipes? Perhaps you should consider an enema.
Hilarious. But with friends like you, who needs enemas? I have a few questions I need to ask you. Let's change this. I'll leave you here. Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I need your help. Come with me?
If you want.
An undead? In our camp? Aren't you afraid it'll communicate with its masters?
It's a calculated risk. Your friend Edwin told me that she can interrogate those creatures, so we captured one.
You really can do some pretty weird things.
Listen, Vulcan. We're not going to turn down any information. If we can find out how to haul our asses out of the fire, I don't see how it can hurt. Ready to make it talk?
If our fire breather doesn't need me right away, I can start getting ready.
Excellent. Let's start the interrogation.
Listen, maggot head. You're going to tell us everything you know.
That's not quite how it works, Captain. It can't just answer questions like that. Tell me what you want to know, and I'll dig around in its memory to find the answers.
In that case, why not dig everything out, so we don't miss anything?
Even for someone as skilled as me, that could take weeks. Its brain, however limited, is like an immense archive that contains both recent memories and memories of its past life.
All right. I want to know if that bastard Black Frost really has left the area.
Let me concentrate. Yes. I see him raising the wave and turning the whole city into ice. This soldier must have been at his feet. Then he gave the order to attack and gave orders to several powerful undead. Apparently he left right after. He appears nowhere else in its memory.
What were Black Frost's orders?
You have to understand that this creature's ability to comprehend is limited. From what I can see, it was told to keep watch over the city. He asked to be sent living people. Prisoners. The other living people must still be alive and under guard. Other prisoners. And of course, that he be informed in the event of trouble.
Does he know we entered the city?
This dead thing doesn't anyway. But that doesn't mean a thing, unfortunately.
What are those powerful dead you were talking about?
I see a flying creature, like the one in the swamp, and others. The image is blurred.
So is the army being commanded by a Tormentor now?
No, I don't think so. They make good spies, but poor leaders. That said, I don't see any real generals.
Nothing that looks like that one that attacked the village.
No, but Black Frost will definitely have left someone in charge. Someone he trusts. This soldier just didn't see who. I think that he... Oh no! He saw me!
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Well, well. Probing the spirits of the dead. You can well imagine that this sort of communication communication goes both ways. So, that's where my dear rebels are hiding, isn't it?
I must break the link. Right now.
The knight has come to ask help from his friend. While on reconnaissance, he spotted a convoy which he thinks should be stopped. A group of deadwalkers transporting an object. He thinks they should be attacked and the object taken from them while there is still time. The broken road will only slow them a little. The knight and his friend must get there as quickly as possible.
Do you really need my help? Can't you fight them alone?
If the one who carries the object should escape during the assault, it would be regrettable, and the combat would be wasted. If two should attack together, success is more likely.
Okay then, let's go for it. I have to go somewhere with Ranval. Wait for me here.
Very well, but be careful, please.
That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal. The convoy must be far away now. The knight and his companion will not catch them. It is an opportunity lost.
If I were you, I wouldn't go near the main gate to the city. There are a lot of deadwalkers over there.
You were right. It was worth it. Especially if we take the time to strip the others before we head back. I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
I'm listening.
Did you see any unusual creatures in the Deadwalker ranks?
I thought I saw a creature I never saw before. A kind of flying creature, really thin.
That must be a tormentor. Like the one in the cave. That's not good news. It could spot us at any time. Where was it?
Every time I saw it, it was somewhere high up. Pretty far from the camp, fortunately. It looked like it was crossing the mountains. I'm listening.
Enemy troop movement?
Well, there was a creature that came here, and undead as far as I could tell. He spoke and didn't seem aggressive. He said he didn't belong to the Deadwalkers. But I still decided to call up reinforcements. They took him to the camp for interrogation and an examination, I think.
Did you see him leave again?
No. Why? Did he escape?
No, but I wanted to be sure that he didn't leave the camp. I still don't know if he can be trusted.
I'm listening.
Have you noticed any unusual movement? People leaving the camp?
Apart from you, I also saw the human who goes around with you. The one with the strange way of speaking. And I think I saw one of the mercenaries from your company, too. A really big fellow with a beard.
Buffalo?
Maybe. He didn't give me his name. He didn't go very far. It seemed like he was looking for something.
Right. Well, I'll just have to go and ask him, I guess.
I'm listening.
Thank you for the information. See you later.
Mercenary.
Has anyone gone by here? Any men leaving without passes, that sort of thing?
No, apart from you, no one. Is there a problem?
Your commander thinks that someone's sneaking out to get together with the enemy.
That's terrible. Who could do something like that? Anyway, I promise no one's been by here. You should go try the other gate, near the mercenary camp. And maybe the sentinels in the North Tower have seen something.
I'm leaving.
Vulcan? Hey, are you still there, Vulcan? Or am I talking to the demon that's taken control of my powder woman?
I'm me, and more than me. That's what counts.
I suppose you're right. I don't really care what you are at this stage. The only thing I need to know is whether I can count on you, or whether I should put you out of your misery right now.
We have common interests, and the same enemies. Since I happen to have inside me our only hope of victory, killing me would seem to be a pretty stupid strategy. What's more, I'm not even sure you could. Of course, you're welcome to try.
Don't get smart with me, Vulcan. Have you heard about all this spy business?
Yeah, the elf commander told me. They suspect us. Us and the Red Scribes.
Now that would be priceless. If that long-faced twat accuses us of being traitors.
Who do you think it could be?
I confess that at first I thought it was your pal who looks like you just dug him up.
Mathras? Honestly, I don't think so.
I agree. I realized that since he's permanently surrounded by the scribes, he'd have a hard job finding the time to betray us.
Do you think it's one of the scribes?
That's possible. After all, it it wouldn't be the first time they've shagged us while we had our backs turned. But whoever the mole is has to know their way around and not be scared to go outside on their own. Can you see any of those snot-nosed weeds taking that kind of risk? The most likely, whatever Commander Pointy Ears thinks, is that one of his boys is a turncoat. Go and check with Buffalo. I saw him chasing one a while back.
Considering the size of him, I doubt he caught the guy. I'll go ask him. You know, I gotta go. Buffalo, I have to talk to you.
What do you want?
You were seen leaving the camp. What were you doing?
What business is that of yours? Are you spying on me?
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm supposed to be searching for a spy, and I need some clues.
I was just out on a little recon. I don't see how that can help you.
They told me that you were looking for someone.
Yes, the soldier who was on watch just over there. He left his post, was trying to follow him, but he lost me. He knows the terrain better than I do. I followed his tracks for a while, but considering the number of deadwalkers in the area, I decided to come back. I didn't want to give away our position.
Where did the tracks lead to?
Over toward the river, but don't bother. The guard already came back. He's just over there. You could go and ask him yourself.
I guess that's what I'll do. Thanks for the tip.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
I was told you left your post.
No, never. Who told you such a thing?
You think I'd tell you? Come on. Tell me everything, or you'll really be in the shit.
All right. I left, but only once. I was following your comrade, Buffalo. He went to the main gates of the city. I figured that was pretty suspicious. But I didn't dare go very far. I couldn't leave my post unguarded, you understand? And then the Deadwalkers didn't seem about to attack him. In the end, he went back without a scratch and without saying a thing.
That's funny. Buffalo says you're the traitor, and that the reason he left was to find you.
He's lying. He's the one. I've heard rumors about him. Some people say he's immortal. How else can you explain that he gets out of things every time?
You're talking bullshit. I've known him for years, and believe me, I've seen his blood get spilled more than once. He's got no reason to betray us.
Reasons? Since when have mercenaries needed any reason other than a good payoff? It said the Deadwalkers found you in the middle of a swamp. You don't find that suspicious?
You lie with every breath you take. It's time for that to stop.
Anyway, we're all going to die today or tomorrow. What difference does it make? But I'm going to come back to life. My master promised me.
Yeah, and you'll be one more dead grunt in his mob, stupid idiot. Hey, Buffalo. I see nobody managed to kill you yet.
Not before I've seen you blown up by one of your toys.
I'm going. Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
Hey, thanks for your help. Without you, we would have never gotten anything out of that dead stiff.
You know me, I just love to be helpful.
Thanks. Edwin.
What can I do?
I would like to ask you a few questions. What's the story with this Mathras guy? Who is he?
It's hard to say. He's one of the living dead. Of that I'm completely certain, but he is able to do things no other species of revenant has ever done before. You must understand that necromancy, the magic that allows the dead to be reanimated, is based upon one principle: giving energy to lifeless bodies. Mathras functions differently somehow. It is not his body that has been brought back to life, but rather his mind, which has survived his body.
He says he's 6,000 years old. You believe that?
It is entirely possible. His spirit is in theory immortal. This magic is far different from that which is practiced in Betrayal. Instead of drawing energy from the world heart, he draws energy directly from the body he is possessing.
Could that have anything to do with the Ice Lords? Or my demon?
Absolutely not.
Thanks. Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I need your help. Come with me?
If you want.
Vulcan, I hope you've got good news.
Your traitor won't be a problem anymore. The bad news is you're down another soldier.
I take it you're implying it was one of our own. Who?
The one on guard below our camp. Rest assured, he won't be telling anybody anything anymore. But he'll have to be replaced, I guess.
I'm sorry for the false accusations made against your comrades. Here, accept this gift as an apology.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you. I'll be going now.
So, did you find a book on what we found?
No, there are way too many books to go through, and enemies everywhere. I need some kind of reference or clue as to where to look. Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
What do you think of Mathras?
I think he's absolutely unique, fascinating. I have always loved history and history books, but he actually lived through history. It's just incredible. There is so much we can learn from him. His knowledge could allow us to better understand what happened in our past. We could learn from the eras of our ancestors.
Do you really think he's immortal?
Oh, I'm convinced of it. You only have to look at him. He's so cultured and has so much knowledge. Which reminds me...
Something to do with our decomposing friend?
Yes, he won't talk to me about his romantic experiences. I managed to get a lot of stories about battles and all sorts of historical anecdotes, but nothing about his love life. It's not that I want to pry into his intimate life, but I do wonder why he's so reticent to talk about it.
I could always ask him for you. I need to ask you something. We found a strange object in a ruined temple. It's a sphere. Probably magic.
Is it gray? Does it give off heat? Perhaps it vibrates slightly when you hold it in your hand?
Yeah, that's it. What does it do? Do you know what it is?
You imagine it's a coincidence that I described it so precisely? And you would be correct. However, based on this information, I'm able to deduce that it is a tear of the world heart. Alas, I have no idea what they're for. Have you thought of trying looking in books?
Well, there's a library in the city. I suppose I could...
Excellent notion. Look for a book about relics. The book called Living Lava is reputed to contain a great many rare facts about these sort of objects. If you plan to use the tear for something other than a paperweight, I suggest that you find that book and study it.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. What happened to the Elven King?
I think he was simply lacking in strength of will and determination. They transformed him into an arch-lich. It's a particularly delicate and extremely dangerous magical process that could only be performed by an Ice Lord. It can only be performed on an elf, and then only one who is desperate to live.
How so?
Elves have many flaws, but most of them do have a very profound sense of duty. If an elf believes he is going to be tortured to make him reveal the secrets of his people, for example, he can literally will himself to die. It would seem that this king was desperate to continue living at any price, rather than dying with honor. That is what allowed them to turn him into an arch-lich.
Talk to you later.
We can't take all of them. Let's concentrate on anything to do with necromancy, healing, and of course anything about the World Heart.
If you can find a book called Living Lava, I'm interested.
Living lava?
A book about the tears of the World Heart. Mathras suggested I should look for that.
You have tickled my curiosity. The books you have. I can't carry any more. I need to keep my hands free in case we have to fight.
Vulcan, is that you? Help us get out of here!
Headed the southeast, you'll find an entry in the support pillar. Take that passage, and then look for an opening in the cliff face. The rest of the company is hidden there.
Got it. There's another camp of prisoners over there in the west. Not any of our guys, but maybe we should try to free them anyhow. Do you want us to give you a hand?
No, get out of here.
See you back at the camp. Good luck.
Gonna need it.
Please, help us!
Go to the support pillar in the southeast of the city. You'll come out near the cliff. Follow it, and you'll come to a rift. Go in. The elf army is there, and they'll take care of you.
Thank you. See you back at the camp.
That's right.
Betrayal.